This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of an Entertainment Hour here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. Welcome again, everyone, and please give us a 5-star rating on Facebook, and then check out all the other programs during the week. It's a pretty cool thing to see. I am, of course, from the desert to the sea in Southern California. I'll say a good evening to Crispy Bacon. How are you?
I am good, not too bad. I'm glad to be here on another Entertainment Hour, and hope you guys enjoy the show.
And Dragon Viper, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm exhausted, but I'm still hanging in there and ready to do this show, guys.
Trying to remember last week, didn't you go on or 2 weeks ago you went on a camping trip, I believe?
Yeah, I was on a camping trip, so I was on this show, but I wasn't on Between the Ropes, so.
Okay, so unfortunately we had some deaths in the entertainment world and in the acting world, I should say, and this one kind of hit kind of hard just because the week before people were kind of putting her out there in memes and whatsoever on Facebook and social media and whatnot. And then, what was it, a couple of days ago, Shelley Duvall passed away. She burned up on the screen in many funny, intense, and interesting roles, let's just say. McCabe and Mrs. Miller, Thieves Like Us, Nashville, Three Women, Annie Hall, Time Bandits, Roxanne, and then she was Olive Oil in Popeye. And also, of course, she was Wendy Torrance in The Shining. So she was in a lot of different films. You would recognize her from the iconic Shining part where she's screaming and the axe goes through the door and Jack Nicholson says, "Here's Johnny," and that's where you get it from. So for more on that, Dragon Viper, take it away.
All right, so yeah, I looked it up. She died at 75 years old. She was in hospice care and was bedridden for the last few months due to complications from diabetes. So she ended up dying in her sleep because of those complications. She passed away yesterday morning. And then I did a few notable movies that I recognize her in. She has done a lot of movies and guest starred in shows, but there were a lot that I didn't watch much of, but there were a few I did see. The ones, you did mention, The Shining and Popeye, but there was a show back in the 90s during the Halloween season, and I don't know if they still play it or not, but it was about a dog who was like Frankenstein, but it ended up being Frankenweenie, which was the actual name of the movie on Disney. And so I would watch that. And then you missed a movie, Suburban Commando, with Hulk Hogan, where Hulk Hogan is a guy from space, and he kills these bounty hunters and everything else. And one of the bounty hunters actually ended up being the Undertaker before he was known as Undertaker. Back in, I believe it was 91 that the movie came out. But yeah, he was Mark Calloway back then. And so, and she was really good at in the movies that she was in, that I happen to see anyway. But, Hollywood's definitely going to miss her. I mean, she did, she was, she did well in movies. I'm just going to go with that. So,
Yeah, it's true, because I would recognize her just from The Shining, but not much else. Chris, what did you think about this passing?
No, it's gonna hurt Hollywood. It's gonna hurt entertainment. It's sad that in good spirits, leading up to her passing, but she was in a lot of good movies and TV shows. Some of it's like, really, like you were talking about Popeye, and she was olive oil. It's like, really, I didn't know that. So hearing stuff like that's always interesting. But overall, it's a sad day, and it's just not good news.
Now, we had another death, and this was a couple of weeks ago. Of course, we were away for Roundtable last week, so I was going to talk about this gentleman, but Martyr Mole passed away. He was 80 years old, and if you knew him from many, many things, you're like me and I think Randy, among others. Really, really funny character in many, many different roles, either where he was a manager of something or someone that would talk a lot, whatever the case is. But let me go through some of his things. I've never seen him on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but he was on The Cool Kids. And if you remember that show, it was on Fox 2018, 2019. I think had Vicki Lawrence, David Alan Grier. It's about these senior citizens just going out and having crazy adventures. Arrested Development, which I've never seen, but he was on there. And then a bunch of other things. You look at him in NCIS, Los Angeles Community, Psych, he was in one. 6 episodes of 2.5 Men. You would definitely see it if you knew him. American Dad for 10 episodes. Let's see, what else? Even Law and Order SVU, he was in there. That would have been awkward seeing him on that. But I do remember him in Reno 911 as Lieutenant Jim Kringle. Life with Bonnie, Reba, Ellen Show as Mr. Munn. So that was simple. Dexter's Laboratory as a voice in one episode. The Gina Davis Show. I do remember that, actually. Stand and Just Shoot Me. Recess, a couple of episodes, if you can believe that. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, as Dragon Viper mentioned, he was the principal. Name was Willard Kraft, and I recognize him in that, but I haven't seen that show in forever. He was in Family Guy for one episode, as well as The Nanny and The Simpsons. And I believe I saw this. Rich's Christmas Wish. Try to say that 5 times in a row. He was Mr. Rich.
I probably did too.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think a lot of people remember him mostly from Roseanne. He was Leon Karp and Thurston Howell III. He was basically the manager of the diner that Roseanne worked at in 46 episodes. Jingle All the Way, I do remember him as the DJ. Remember when Sinbad, the mail carrier, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, the father, was competing to get Turbo Man, and they had to like go into the radio station, brave the elements, and answer a question or something like that. Mrs. Doubtfire, he was Justin Gregory. Some other things before, but I he's one of those people, and I think we talked about someone before passing away where you've seen him in a bunch of things and you just know his face and you know him. And yeah, after a while I hated him because of the way he was treating the women on Roseanne, as that character at the diner. But he's going to be missed because, as you saw, he had a list of being in a bunch of things, movies and TV. And he's just a part of like our childhoods. And I hope he's remembered. Dragon Viper, how will you remember Martin Mull?
Yeah, he died at age 80 with a long illness. I mostly just remember him from growing up with like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Roseanne and Jingle All the Way. He was even in with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen in How the West Was Fun.
Duh.
So, and I remember Mrs. Doubtfire too. So, I really liked his acting. I thought he was a good actor in the shows he was in even. And so he's definitely going to be missed in Hollywood. And, you look at Sabrina and Roseanne, and it's just going to be weird that he's not going to be in anything else. So, he'll definitely be missed.
When you think about it, there's always a chance for a reboot of a show, and you really want to see certain people in it from the past. And me and Chris were talking about the new King of the Hill one, and how you want to have certain voices in it because they passed away. So that's unfortunate when you really think about it. Chris, how will you remember Martin Mull? Do you remember anything he was in?
But I can't speak. A lot of the shows you mentioned, sometimes it's hard to put a name to a face, but, once I saw, the story, it's like, okay, I remember who he is. But at first, when you watch a show, you don't know, but he's going to be missed.
Okay, so I'm going to break down some entertainment news. I'm not Mary Hart. I don't have the legs, so I'm not John Tesh or have the voice. But I'll run through. I was hoping somebody would get that reference. But Brad Pitt makes his first appearance with his new girlfriend, who's 31. And guys, I didn't know Brad Pitt was 60 years old. Did you?
Yes.
No,
I didn't. You're the birthday guy, though, Randy. So I'm not surprised you didn't not know that. Yeah, I was shocked. But when you think about it, he started acting as a child actor in the late 70s, and he was a sitcom in the late 80s, and then went on from there. Some unfortunate news. Speaking of the 80s and 90s, and now. Christina Applegate reveals a bucket list of things she wants to do with the day she has left. Remember, she's been diagnosed with MS, and I don't know how long she has left, but I wish her peace, nothing but peace, and wanting to do whatever she can while on this earth. It's really it's a struggling thing to hear, that's for sure. She's always been a beacon of light. She's always been something to watch, and I'm just horrified by that news.
but there's a lot of people. I don't know about a lot, but there are people that have it, but they suppress the symptoms or whatever. It just depends, I guess, on the severity, maybe.
I remember, I think she got a star on the Walk of Hall of Fame. That's probably the first time I seen her, like really struggle to stand up, even to walk, and it was just really unfortunate to see. And another unfortunate death, the lead singer of Crazy Town, Shifty Shellcock, that was his name. He passed away at 49. Of course, Crazy Town in 1999 had the smash hit Butterfly. I forgot how
One
it
hit
went.
wonder.
Yeah, it definitely was around that time. I believe Lynn with Still My Sunshine has lost a couple of their members too. But it's just funny how those kind of songs intertwined during that summer. And I remember those two songs being played all the time on the radio back in the day. So definitely rest in peace to him. And Randy, I did not forget about your favorite singer nowadays, Taylor Swift. Or our
Oh, I
favorite.
was hoping
Typical
you'd
performer.
forget. Ah,
But you'll like this. So oil protesters targeted a plane at an airport where they thought Taylor Swift's jet would be parked, and they vandalized it. They painted stuff on it, whatever the case was. Well, guess what? It wasn't her plane. It's just funny how this is. They thought it was her plane, I guess, because that plane's been used a lot. If you remember during the football season, she had a tour going on. But guess what? Wrong plane, even though they all probably look the same at the little airport, the fancy airport. But these activists got it wrong, these oil protesters, and they look foolish in a way. But Chris, you got anything on all of these stories?
Looks like the authorities took swift action.
How
That's all I got.
about you, Dragon Viper? Would you go vandalize her plane if it came to Oregon?
you know what? I wouldn't, only because I don't want to get in trouble to do something like that. So, no, I would not, only because I don't want to get in trouble.
I don't even know where
You
to
would.
start.
You would. You just don't want to get caught, but you would.
That's the crazy part. The plane is so damn big. Where would you start? They hit the side of it basically. I forget what they were put on or what they said, but obviously got the plane wrong, and that was just a funny note. Jason Momoa, who I haven't heard in a while. I can't remember when's the last movie he did. Can you guys remember the last movie he did?
I can look it up.
I cannot remember. But Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet are officially divorced. It happened July 9th. They were married for more than 7 years, and then they were a couple for more than 12 years before they wed. And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that they were married. And Crispy Bacon, remember I told you I was going to tell you something crazy about the marriage?
Mm-hmm.
He's 44 years old. She's 56.
Oh. Okay.
Sometimes there's these marriages that happen in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And you just seen it with, Brad Pitt and the girlfriend. The 29-year difference between those two. In the sports world, of course, you can think of Bill Belichick and how old he is and how young the girlfriend is. The amazing part, though, that they were married that long and together that long, and they Bonet filed for divorce in January. They've been separated since 2020 in October, though, and they just went on to do other things. They did have a daughter and a son, 16 and 15 years old, respectively. Momoa, of course, is known for Aquaman, Game of Thrones. Bonet was known as a star of The Cosby Show, A Different World, and in a couple of films of High Fidelity and Enemy of the State. It was the first marriage for Momoa.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So
Yeah.
So Jason Momoa's last like film he was in was Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom back in 23. But he
I thought
in
that was,
2024 he had a cameo in The Fall Guy.
which that was a big flop from what I heard. Millions of dollars lost. Bonnet, by the way, it was her second marriage. She was married to Lenny Kravitz. Now I knew that, and they had a daughter, Zoe Kravitz. So Bonnet on the market again at 56. If anybody wants to try that, there will be a lot of offers. I guarantee you for Jason Momoa. Not me, of course, but a lot of ladies out there. So there's that. Go ahead, Dragon Ball.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off for a second. I have to say he is a good-looking man, and it's no wonder all the women love him. So I'm just putting that out there.
That's what I wanted to say, but I was like, yeah, I'll save myself. But that's okay. Yeah. I would want to be like that. Sure, absolutely.
Be a wait, never mind. I was going to say be a wrestler, but never mind. That's a different.
I heard John Cena is retiring. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't even know that. I thought he was retired already.
Yeah, he was a part timer. Okay, part timer. But
That's what. Okay, that's why I figured that. His role in Trainwreck, by the way, that was crazy.
he was also a superhero villain in Peacemaker.
That's what I thought. Of course, you couldn't see him though. Since we're on the weekend here, the 5 best new movies to stream this weekend on Netflix, Prime Video, Max, and much, much more. Everyone has raved about Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. And Memory, Space Cadet, just a few that has landed there. But everyone definitely has been talking about Axel F. Eddie Murphy returning to be the crime-solving cop in Beverly Hills. Just new basic, technology in that. And then the same, 2 police guys are in there, which is pretty cool to see. Judge Reinhold and the bald head dude. I forget his name. Over on Maxo, you can see a showdown between Godzilla x Kong. So Godzilla versus Kong. Paramount Plus has Memory, and then Prime Video has a new rom-com that is basically Legally Blonde, but if she wanted to be a space cadet, an astronaut. Yes, this is a thing. They're running out of ideas, I swear, in Hollywood. I really think that they're biting off something that happened before. It's like, hey, how can we turn it into something new?
One is like, hey, let's have Shrek 5.
Oh God,
That's
I
a
can
thing.
see that. Don't be surprised.
Oh, it's in the works. It's in the
Oh yeah.
It is in the works.
Oh, it is. Oh
Yeah.
crap. Oh
And then
wow.
we're gonna have a spin-off with Donkey.
Didn't we already have that, or am I tripping?
No, that was Puss in Boots.
Ah. To mention about Axel Foley, he has a new partner. It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You've seen him in many, many things. That will be fun. John Ashton is John Taggart, that other cop in that video or that movie or that movie that
whatever.
you see on Netflix. Like I said, I mentioned Godzilla versus Kong, and then that Memory movie. Jessica Chastain is in that, and she's a single social worker, single mother. You can probably get that anywhere, though, to be honest with you, in real life. Prime Video, that Space Cadet movie. It's like a cross between Private Benjamin, if you remember that, with Goldie Hawn. Emma Roberts is the star in that. She's a Florida bartender with only a high school diploma, but she has the wild dreams of being an astronaut. I don't know if I'm interested in any of that, but maybe Axel F. Chris, what do you think? Are you going to watch any of these?
I don't know. Some of them I'll probably skip. I have to think about that one. I don't know.
How about you, Dragon Viper? Anything jet out to you?
Yeah, I really want to see that new Axel Foley movie because I really love Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. So I want to see the fourth one.
I love the soundtracks. Well, I think from the first one, that's like one of the best movie soundtracks ever, and there's no doubt about it. Christy Wilson is opposite of you. Never a fan of the Beverly Hills Cop movies.
Well, if it's not Christy, it's Brandon that's against me. So
I know that. That's for sure. You know what? Let's get to it right now. If you're ready, Dragon Viper, do you have the celebrity birthdays of today, tomorrow, yesterday, the week? Somewhere in there?
Of any day of the century.
Well, I got some for today and a few for tomorrow.
I love guessing these, by the way. The
So we
highlight of my week.
So we have Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh,
Furious Resident Evil.
47.
49.
Close.
49.
46.
Damn it, I aged her 1 year.
Then,
I remember her, like, what was it? Girl Fight, Fast and Furious. Was she in Machete? Or Sin City? Sin City, I think it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but she's
I just
always
remember-
been fun. She's always
I
been a
just
fun
remember her
character.
in Fast and Furious and Resident Evil.
I haven't seen that.
And then we have Topher Grace from That 70s Show.
Ew. You know, I hated him because
Really?
no, I was jealous because
Eric Foreman?
because I had a crush on Donna. I'm thinking, there's no way a geek like you could get a girl like Donna Foreman looking like that. And when they broke up, I was the happiest. I know he was miserable in that show. He had that one, what was it? Win a date with, a celebrity. I think he was a celebrity. And that was a cringe ass movie. He's always been a cringe movie or a cringe actor. Anyway, I think he's probably 44.
Close.
42.
No, James was closer. It's 46.
I wish he was 76.
and then we have Eric Per Sullivan, who I don't know if you guys watched the show, but I didn't. It was Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
What the hell was he? One of the older brothers?
No, he was the blonde head kid. I think the younger brother.
Wow, that's a stretch. I don't remember that. You know what's funny though? I've seen some reels lately coming up of that show, and it's just funny how the father, became the dude in that AMC show or whatever. I forget what that is. The hell is that show called where he's bald? Yeah, thank you, Breaking. I've never seen it, but you see him there and you see him on Breaking Bad. It's wild. I'm gonna say that dude is probably 38.
No,
39.
nope, not even close. 33.
Damn, he was young
And
then. Duh.
And then we have everybody knows this guy, Bill Cosby.
Whoa, we went somewhere today. Don't
No, we didn't.
come touch my pudding pop. Ooh. Oh boy, to get away with something, right?
I'm gonna say
Allegedly.
80.
83.
Nope.
They said
87.
Wow. You know, man, I haven't heard his name in a while, but I know he's been, on what, probation or whatever. Or they let him
Yeah.
go off of that. You just hope it's not all true, but there were so many women coming forward.
And
Anyway.
then we have the WWE superstar I cannot stand and I want to punch in the face. Or former
Brock Lesnar.
A former star, but I guess they're trying to bring him back. Yes, Brock Lesnar.
Wow, I will say 52.
I'm going
Nope.
to say 53. And he was also
Nope.
an MMA fighter, too.
47.
Wow, I keep aging people.
Sorry, baby.
I want to punch him in the head anyway. Moving
I
on.
would pay to see that.
Then we have another WWE wrestler that I can't stand, Sami Zayn.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a
Chris
Canadian.
does.
Yeah. He's funny, though. I mean, he also did a comedy show not long ago. I'm sure it's out there.
How
I'm
old
gonna
do you
say he's
think?
No, wait. I saw it. He's 40.
Yep. Chris got it.
I saw his social media.
40 years old today.
Wow.
And then I don't know if you know this guy, James, but I know Chris does. Gregory the Hurricane Helms.
No.
He used to be the Hurricane in WWE back in 2002, 2003.
I'm gonna say
And
50.
good guess. You're right. He's 50 today.
I was guessing. What's up with that?
Knows his stuff.
Yeah, what's up with that? And then the last one we have for today is Richard Simmons.
Oh my god.
Where is he at?
70. I'm gonna say 77.
78.
Close. No, James was closer. 76.
Damn, I was gonna say. I was like, man, that dude made money off of
Yeah.
exercise stuff. He pioneered kind of the, to watch things on TV every morning, to get the housewives up and doing whatever. That dude brought the energy.
And then here's the few that is tomorrow. And by the way, Chris, I think I heard you ask where he was. He actually wanted to stay out of the spotlight, so he's kind of in hiding.
Mm.
So, all right.
But he is
so
okay because I know a lot of people were.
Yeah, he's got some health problems. I think some
Mhm.
mental health problems, but from the last I read, he's doing okay.
Yeah.
And then here's a few for tomorrow. We have Harrison Ford.
Wow, 80. I'm gonna say 81.
Close.
79.
No, James was closer. 82.
Damn, I think I've seen him in something recently, but
Yeah, something
Well,
political.
he's actually in the new Indiana Jones movie too that just
Oh.
came out.
well, that would make sense. He's probably he's like Clint Eastwood in a way. I always put those two together in the same like category.
And then we have Patrick Stewart from
Oh,
Star Trek
wow.
Next Generation and X-Men.
I thought he was actually already. I thought he actually already died. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say 81.
I'm gonna say 80.
Nope. 84.
We're making him
and-
younger. That's good.
I love that meme of him where he's got the hand on his head and he's leaning in the chair like that. He's really disappointed like this. I love that meme of him.
And then we have, everybody knows this guy, Cheech Marin
Oh my
from
god.
Cheech and Chong.
I love him in Born in East LA. If nobody's seen that, you should go see that. He's got to be 77.
78.
Close. Chris got it.
Wow.
78.
You know what's funny? He's been in so many things. He's kind of
Yeah.
in ways like
Ryan
he's
Seacrest.
really well known.
I don't remember the cop show he was in, but yeah, I liked him in that one.
Oh my god! I know what you're talking about too.
But yeah, he was a cop, and I actually liked him in that show. And then the last one we have for tomorrow is WWE's own X-Pac.
You take it, Chris. I have no idea who that is.
55.
Nope. He's actually going to be 52.
He was in a group with Hulk Hogan.
DX.
Oh, that group. But he was kind of part of NWO.
So, Dragon Viper, the show you were thinking of, Nash Bridges, with was it Don Johnson?
Yep, you're right.
I had to look that up because I remember him because it was funny. I was like, wait, you don't think of him as a cop? But, you know, he's always
No.
against the establishment, like Ice-T and LL Cool J, and it's amazing how this works. Well, thank you. That you know, I love that part of the show for sure, and I hope this part of the show will enlighten people. Chris, our reels of the week, and I sent like 3-4 out there. We get started with the first one if you got it.
Yeah, just one second.
And the volume should be okay for each. I don't think there's any music in any of them. I know we have to be aware of that with the with the music and all that crap. I don't want CTC getting a strike, of course. I want all balls for CTC. So this is cringe, and let me set it up, I guess, before the volume goes on. I love Jay Leno when he did the Tonight Show, but he is maybe one of the worst interviewers ever. Just, you know, he'd make these little noises. What are you gonna do there? You know, no, Jay Leno right here. He was just, he was kind of cringe in a way, but did the Tonight Show for a long time. And this is Fiona Apple. This is probably 1997, 96, 98, something like that. She had a song called Criminal, among other good songs out there. And this is kind of like Me Too in a way in public, if I don't know you. Go ahead and play it, Chris, if it has volume.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Big misconception about me. I'm not shy. I just don't speak if I don't have anything to say.
Oh,
I'm not shy. I'm just like, that's like a big misconception about me. I'm not shy. I just don't speak if I don't have anything to say.
Oh,
I'm not shy. I'm just like.
So, I don't know why I had this. Yeah. It's like, if I know you, I'll say. But that was kind of the mysterious feeling of Fiona Apple back in the day. And you kind of heard Jay Leno in my impression of him. It's kind of... Anyway, let's go to the next one.
Right.
Oh, that was great. Anything 90s I love, of course. Very good stuff.
Oh, I can't get it because it was private.
Oh, really? The next one?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the next one? Let's see. What was the next one?
I'm getting it. There we go.
Oh, okay. So this is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite scenes from A Bronx Tale, when Chaz Palminteri, I forget how to say his last name, but he's in there gambling with all the crew. And a little kid named C, who he had pretty much adopted off the, not adopted, but made as a friend or whatever, a confidant. He's in there. A bunch of Italian people are in there. And it's just hysterical to me. And there's a couple scenes here I found, thank goodness, on IG. And I hope people watch this movie. It's one of my favorites of all time.
Can you stop fucking leaning on me, please? Come on, you're breathing all over me, all right? Hey, Judge, relax. I'm trying to get it better. I want to play too, you know? Yeah, I know you do. You gotta hit the wall. Come on, you can do it. Huh? Hit the wall. You can do it. Wait. You can do it. Wait. I'm done that, Sonny. Any more? Hey, I don't want your money touching my money. What's the matter? I don't want your money in the same way. My money's no good no more. Why? Why? Because you're a fucking jinx. That's why. Hey, put him in a fucking bench. Get him out of here. Leave him in there. That's a fucking jinx. Shoot the dice. It's a lot of money. Come on. Shoot the fucking dice. Come on. Hit the wall. Bring the dice up. Put $1,000 in the center. You can do it. All right? You can do it. Joe, stop fucking breathing on me. You're killing me over here. I'm on a fucking win streak. Stop breathing on me, huh? Bobby, put him in the bed. Sonny, any more shit he ain't gonna fit. I don't give a fuck. Put him in.
I love that. Oh my god. I love that so much. Part 2 will be next of how it goes, and again, there's all these different what is it called? Superstitions that Sonny had, and here's the last one that I love. Oh yeah.
Huh.
I guess there's no volume for this one. Chris? Well, anyway, that guy gets put in the bathroom because that guy's so ugly. He didn't want to. He didn't want that kid to look at that ugly guy's face. So all three get put in the bathroom, or bathroom, as they would say, and the kid ends up rolling like 12 winning dice formation combinations. It's the luckiest day ever. So that movie, the Bronx Tale, I love that one so much. Let's get to our 10 or less ranked, and this one's personal to me, and I had a hard time narrowing it down to 10, so I had more. A tough break. But it's our favorite music artist, or at least one of mine. It's Nirvana, and I think, by the way, their MTV Unplugged acoustic album, that whole thing is amazing, by the way. So my top 10 or more Nirvana songs: The Man Who Sold the World, Penny Royalty, Come As You Are, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Sappy, Breed, You Know You're Right, Drain You, All Apologies, In Bloom, Lithium, Silver, Something in the Way, Dumb, About a Girl, Where Did You Sleep Last Night. How about you, Dragon Viper? Do you have a top 10 list of your favorite Nirvana songs?
I actually don't. I do like Nirvana. I like their music. Unfortunately, I really haven't delved into much of their music. I mean, I only know really of 2 songs of theirs, but I like them. I like their sound and everything else, and with Kurt Cobain and everything else, I just really haven't gotten into listening to new music of theirs, it would be new to me. But, so I only have 2, Come As You Are and Smells Like Teen Spirit. But I like Nirvana, and I just haven't fully had a chance to, sit there and just listen to a Nirvana album yet. So
it's amazing to think how many hits they had, and it gets to a point where you're thinking, man, that's like almost the most ever, and then other bands come in and swoop it away. Chris, do you have a favorite list of Nirvana songs that you have?
Yeah, I got 5. We'll go
Oh.
in no particular order. Smells Like Teen Spirit, Come As You Are, Lithium, Heart, Heart Shaped Box, and In Bloom.
Now, the next category, I did this for you guys, and I don't have a clue, or I can't remember any of them really, but your favorite wrestling movies. And Dragon Viper, I'll start off with you, because this was probably a favorite for both of you.
You know, I went through a list of wrestling movies, and I actually have not seen 10. I'm shocked. And it's not just, you know, one little scene of wrestling and that's it. No, I mean, I went through an entire list, and I actually have not seen 10. So I'm kind of surprised about it. But here's what I have. You know, The Wrestler, Fighting with my family. I really like Nacho Libre.
Yes.
Jack Black, Legendary with John Cena, Beyond the Mat. I really enjoy that, and I try and watch it every time I see it on, or if I'm able to watch it, I will. No Holds Barred. It's the one with Hulk Hogan and Zeus, and from the 80s. And then I have Man on the Moon.
I love that movie so much.
I do too, with Jim Carrey, about Andy Kaufman. So
that was the
so,
funeral scene is moving as hell.
Yeah, it makes me kind of tear up every time I see it. So, but
I
that's
love
my
that movie.
list.
If there was ever a role for Jim Carrey to play someone else, it was that one. That's for sure. That fit like a glove. Crispy Bacon. With all the wrestling birthdays, ages that you know of these, you know, men and women,
Right.
What's your list?
We'll go no particular order. The Wrestler, Nacho Libre, Ready to Rumble, Fighting with My Family, No Holds Barred. We'll go Peanut Butter Falcon. That's a recent movie.
I've never heard of that.
It was a good movie. It had Shia LaBeouf in it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
It was a good movie. And then that's pretty much it.
All I could think of with the one movie, what was your last two? I forget. I'm trying to remember.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
No.
And
what was that one? I'm trying to remember what the other three, what your list was. I'm trying to remember.
Peanut Butter Falcon, No Holds Barred, Fighting with My Family, Ready to Rumble, Nacho Libre, and The Wrestler.
Nacho Libre, man, I love that movie, and has so many quotable scenes from that movie. I really enjoy that one. All right, so our favorite actor, or maybe, you know, we love him, we don't, but Jim Carrey will be next week, that's for sure. Johnny Depp, though, and for me, I have to put in 21 Jump Street, but as a TV show. I remember watching that when I was younger, and whenever I can, I'll watch it now. It was just pretty cool to me. But so Edward Scissorhands, I love that movie, as crazy as it is. Benny and June was a good one. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? All the things he had to go through in that movie was crazy to me. Donnie Brasco. Let's go with Oh man. Sleepy Hollow. He was great in that. Blow. He was awesome in that movie as well. There's a good cast in that one. Charlie and the Charlie Factory. I didn't mind that one. Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess the first one. Sweeney Todd, I love that one as well. Public Enemies was a good one. And other from that, I can't think of any more that I really, really liked. And I guess I'll start off with Dragon Viper.
I'm going to go off and say right now that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was one of the worst movies he could ever do. And I've seen some of his movies, but I think that was one of the worst movies he has ever done. So I just wanted to point that out. But I do have a small list here tonight. And I mean, I'm gonna go with Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, he's great in all of them. From most of them that I've seen, he's real good. I really enjoy watching him in those movies. Sweeney Todd, he's a psycho, and I enjoy the fact that he's a psycho. He's awesome. So, good movie for him to be in. Secret Window. I've only seen it like once, but I remember he was good in that movie too. And it's really, really trippy. I remember watching and liking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's real funny. But he plays tripped out character very well. I'm kind of thinking maybe he really was at that point. And then, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, real good movie, and Edward Scissorhands. So, but yeah, he's, those are the movies that I saw of his, but that I liked. But again, Charlie and Chocolate Factory would never be on my list because it is absolutely, in my own opinion, the worst movie he has ever been in. Ever.
And he's been in in a couple of flops for sure. But I can kind of see that.
I think the movies were flops, but he did a good job.
That's the thing. Yeah, you can never fault him for being bad in a role.
Yeah, but Charlie and Chocolate Factory, even his role, his acting was horrible. So yeah, anyway.
I'll mention that movie with Taylor Swift, and we have the worst things ever for Dragon Viper. All right.
No. We're not mentioning Taylor Swift in any movie because she'll just destroy any movie like she does her own singing career.
Has she been in a movie?
Her movie?
Well, I don't even call that a movie, though. That's not a movie.
It's a concert. Come on, it's not a movie.
Purple Rain was a movie. Let's get to our trivia segment of the show and the last one. And Chris, I'm interested to see what the trivia is from today.
All right.
And I haven't done any work, but we'll see if we can get some.
Okay, I think it's just random trivia questions. There's no like category.
Yo, we getting multiple choice here?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
So who wants to go first?
Dragon Viper.
All right.
Sure, why not?
Your first question. That sounded confident. Your first question. The code in the Matrix comes from what food recipe? A. Sushi. B. Dumplings. C. Stir fry. Or B. pad thai?
I would have to say C, because I didn't watch the movie.
Nope.
Can I?
James,
Yeah. B.
you're saying dumplings?
Yeah.
Sushi.
I should. That was
Never
A.
watched it. Don't know.
We'll go bet. Whoever gets to 3 first.
Okay. James, here's your first official question. What is the name of Meatloaf's character in the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I have no
A.
idea.
Henry. B. Eddie. C. Chuck. Or D. Al?
I'm gonna say Chuck C.
Nope. Dragon Viper? Is it Henry, Eddie, or Al?
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
What is the name of Meatloaf's character in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Henry, Eddie, or Al?
Oh, I know this one because I've seen it like 4 times. It's Eddie.
That is correct. Dragon Viper up 1-0. Your question, Dragon Viper. Who actually drew the sketch of Rose in Titanic? Leonardo DiCaprio, Billy Zane, James Cameron, or Kathy Bates?
It was James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 2. All right, James. You need to get this one on the board. Who voices Joe? Or who voices Joy in Pixar's Inside Out? Tina Fey, Caitlin Ham, or Ellen DeGeneres, or Amy Poehler?
I think it was Amy Poehler.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right, Dragon Viper. You can win it. Where were Lord of the Rings movies filmed? Ireland, Iceland, New Zealand, or Australia? Where were they filmed?
I believe it is New Zealand.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
I'll give one to James.
No, yeah, that's fine. One more.
Which country does Forrest Gump travel to as part of the All-American Ping Pong team?
China.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
There you go.
All right,
3-2.
we'll get to our final thoughts. Dragon Viper, what's yours?
My final thoughts. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and thank you, everyone, for commenting. We really do like the comments, and I hope everybody has a good night and a good weekend.
All right, Chris.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. We'll be back in Dragon Viper Sunday for Between the Ropes. A lot of stuff's happening, so we'll get you.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see for me if I'll be on Sports Minute, or Kicking It, On Deck, and of course Entertainment Hour next week. So everybody keep tuning in to C2C programming. Of course, there's Rank 'em for Tuesday, and then check out the other shows as well throughout the week. We'll see you next time on Entertainment Hour. Take care, folks.